Ever since Steve T-Bon's earliest years, he has been a participant in all aspects of the sports world. Raised in America's farmlands, Steve grew up with a vision of bringing the best of sports marketing to the local community, not only for the elite athletes participating, but for their families and friends as well. Inspired by some well-known pro golfers, the idea for what would become Steve's first major sports marketing company was born.
It was back in the early 1980s, and Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer, and all the golf greats started golf sports marketing. And from there, sports marketing was starting to flourish, and people were starting to use it as a name. Our niche was, at that time, triathlon. Triathlon was just becoming hot. Ironman had just come out. I believe it was the 4th or 5th year of Ironman. And our involvement in sports through high school and growing up and being involved in championship teams, there was a passion there. And we liked it. We were businessmen, and we wanted to have something that we're passionate about. So we took sports marketing, we created exclusive sports marketing, and we decided that taking a banner, putting a logo on a t-shirt, creating a magazine and a brochure was a great way for a brand to invest in an athlete at the grassroots recreational level.
But how does one build on a new company that does not have any assets or startup revenue under its belt?
A revenue pillar for a whole site would be a South Beach, a Clearwater, a Jacksonville, Bahamas, wanting to showcase through television and through athletes' participation a sporting event on their beaches. So there is budgets that these host communities have. They have sports marketing divisions that they bring you in, and they want to know what your multiple is going to be and what your presentation is going to be for a host site. B, another revenue pillar would be athlete entry fees. And why is that so important? Well, athlete entry fees build most of these companies. But from there, an athlete that's participating in an event helps the host site revenue pillar because it's a heads and beds component. So the host site is getting revenue from it. The third and most beneficial one is the brand, the Bud Light brand, the Coca-Cola brand, the Publix brand. You're taking an athlete in a city, in a community, and you're bringing in a sporting event, and you're plugging it in, and that brand is engaging pre, post, during. That brand is getting exposure through an athlete and a community that's in an endorphin buzz frame of mind. They're in a heightened awareness, their family is there, their wife is there, their girlfriends are there, they're watching them go through this. So when they cross a finish line, or they're playing a beach volleyball or a basketball, they're participating. There's a heightened level there. And when you merge that brand at that position, that's what you want. You want that in there. And then you look at quantifiable impressions as you lay out this process.
Once these pillars are in place, relationship strategies can continue to build your brand and push it beyond the local community.
The art of building a relationship in the sports marketing world or in the business world is one of the most key fundamentals to success. Understanding what a brand manager, what a marketing director is looking for, you've got to hear them. You've got to feel them. And if a Bud Light brand is telling you that they need more sales on premise or off premise, you need to hear that. You have to deliver a product to them that understands where they're going in 2012, 2013. Are they going to include Facebook? Do they need Twitter? What is going to be the broad spectrum of your marketing plan? How are you going to activate that strategy? And then build the relationship, understand what they're going through. You understand their January, understand their April, understand that in August, that's when the big budgets are being built. Understand what they're doing when they're going into November. And understanding what a director of marketing, what a brand manager is going through. And if you get an opportunity for that person to give you feedback, listen to it. Create the friendship. Follow up with the best component that you can and understand them. You can't be afraid of them. You got to build the love into there, that you're passionate about your game and that you understand and know what you're doing. Game on. The power of the sports marketing deal. From the farmlands to the finish line. A great story about sports marketing, grassroots strategies, how corporate America embraces with their brands the recreational athlete. Forwarded by Dave Scott, 6-time Ironman world champion. Read it, deliver it. It will help you in no matter what business you're in. And if you're an event manager, it's a must. Game on. The power of the sports marketing deal.